everybody, I hope you're all well and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have just arrived at Soho Farmhouse. Very naughty for a Friday, but I am meeting up with the gorgeous Josie for a heavenly stretching class and lunch, so I am very excited. I will try and take you with me as much as I possibly can, but as you guys know, they are quite strict with filming here, so I will try and sneak Josie away to come and talk to you guys. But yeah, let's go and have a gorgeous Friday morning stretch class and lunch at Soho Farmhouse. Just finished the most heavenly stretch class. I say heavenly, actually, it really wasn't. It was very painful. I don't know how I'm not flexible. I was so tight, but it was amazing. It really got into my hips and my glutes. We did this incredible roller and yeah, it was amazing. So massive shout out to the gorgeous girl that taught our class. We've just been for the most gorgeous walk all around Soho Farmhouse. We went to go and see the new huts, and Josie was showing me all the new bits, the old bits, the bits she loves. So I'm sorry I didn't take my camera. I'm just having a quick freshen up, brushing the old hair, put a little lip gloss on. Also need a tinkle, which I will not be filming, and then we are on for a delicious lunch. We have come to Penn Yan for lunch. Both went for the aubergine. She said she was nightshade vegetable.
I've learned something new about vegetables from the
I know, it's a miracle. It's honestly a miracle. So aubergine, some tender stem, gorgeous steamed rice, of which is very naughty for me, but Josie's having that. I've got my green juice, and we're just having the most gorgeous girly ketchup. Look who I have here.
The scruffiest friend in the entire world.
Oh please, my goodness, look at this golden goddess over here. We've honestly had the most gorgeous day today, and she's got me off the hill to Farmhouse. My hill.
Your home hill.
My home hill. I always say I'm off the hill today.
Right, okay.
And yeah, we just had the most heavenly day. From stretches, we've just had the most delicious lunch.
Yes.
Had a full sort of DMC, as we say. Josie, you guys know, she's literally been the biggest supporter. Massive help to me. We just had such a gorgeous conversation all about you guys, about YouTube, the plan.
The manifestation.
The manifestation. Well, it's working.
And what's our quote from today? Your tribe attracts your vibe.
Oh yes, your tribe attracts your vibe. Josie being my tribe, literally, it happened at lunch. We were taking a walk around Farmhouse, and Josie was showing me all of the new bits, the old bits, and I was saying, like, these are my dream brands, how do I make it happen, who do I speak to? Literally not even an hour later, we're sat at lunch and the phone pinged. I was like, oh, I was having heart palpitations. Josie's like, what? Anyway, yeah, it's exciting times. I need to calm down because, as I said, not meant to be filming, and I'm over here almost having heart palpitations again. It's fine,
There's no one here. Show everyone how gorgeous this area
is. It is absolutely stunning. So this is their kitchen garden, and I believe this is where they have events, isn't it? You've done a couple of floral,
yeah.
Oh my goodness, what was your talk about?
Home interiors, and actually Charlie was a bit annoyed because anyone that has ever seen our home account, they think it's a joint project. It's actually all Charlie. And then Soho were like, oh Josie, come and do a talk for us about your interiors, and I was like, haha, I shall.
Love it.
And Charlie was in the front row, and I was literally just taking credit for all of his ideas.
Oh my gosh, do you know, actually there's something I saw on, was it Valentine's Day? You posted being like, I love you because I take credit.
I steal like the gilets. I tell everyone about Spoon Fed, and he's like, I literally told you about that book 2 years ago, Josie.
Oh my goodness.
So finally gave him credit on Valentine's Day.
He's so gorgeous. You guys are like a dream couple.
We need to get the boys together. We should bring them here, do some like clay pigeon shooting.
Oh my goodness, I'd love that.
Take that
I'd absolutely love that. I'm also determined to have a sausage dog fest date. I had to put dog, otherwise I'd be wrong. But yeah, how cute would it be if we got all of them together?
Bring them here. They would just cause
the
mayhem.
4 of mine. Yeah. I can take 2 and 2, 4 together. Maybe if I brought Mark.
Choose?
Oh my god, I can't believe it. They have to go 2 one time, 2 the other.
Okay.
And then 2, like, Odie and Rafi do really well.
Which is the one that gets angry on the walks?
That's Wiggy.
Wiggy.
See, he's the cutest one, and he's so delicious, and he's almost edible, but he's so naughty.
honestly, I mean, you guys saw him in my last vlog, strutting his stuff in Marlow. You wouldn't think that he is the biggest aggro merchant.
It's always the ones that butter wouldn't melt, like Linchick or Dickens. He is like the sweetest, purest angel in the entire world, but if someone comes into his house uninvited, he'll take their ankles off. He really will.
Yeah. So naughty little prawns. But we're gonna have a little more of a girly catch up, and then maybe we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
Just got in my car. I'm looking slightly bedraggled. The wind is so strong today, but it is beautiful blue skies. I had lovely curls this morning and they have well and truly been blown out. Anyway, we've just had the most gorgeous day. I find Josie so inspiring, and do you know what, you don't find many people in the sort of social media world that are so kind and so supportive of other content creators. Like, I am puny compared to her. She is just incredible, and I really value all of her advice. And we've had such a gorgeous girly catch up, and she goes through all my stuff and she's like, this is great and that's great, this is where you need to be working on, do this, do that. I had, as I said, a really exciting email come in with one of my like dream brands. Like, my face, I can't believe it. I've just had to like reread it, being like, is this real? And I was saying to her, like, what do you think I should do? How do you think I should film it? Should it be included in this vlog or that vlog? There's so many exciting things coming up that I'm like deciding which vlog it's going to go into. I can't tell you where I'm going next week because it's a surprise hen party, and I know my bestie, because she's my bestie, watches my YouTube channel. So unfortunately I can't tell you just yet where we're going, but we're going somewhere, and somewhere gorgeous. Anyway, as we were saying, I don't know whether it should go in that vlog or another vlog, and I don't know why I've gone off on that tangent. Anywho, I am now going to drive home. I've really got to get back because I've had lots of emails. It's a Friday and I want to make sure that I've replied to everything and organised for Monday. Obviously I want everything to be done close of play today, and then I actually think I might do a little cook along with you guys this evening. You guys seem to love our bake alongs. I'm actually with my mum this evening, which is really gorgeous. So I'm gonna make my mother a delicious dinner. I'm gonna go home, get everything done that I need to do, and then I will come back and see you and we will make something delicious together. Home sweet home, and welcome back to the kitchen. Let's say hello to everybody. This is Odie with the most delicious bumblebee paws. Huh? Little gorgeous person. He's eyeing up the salmon fillets. So I got home, pop you down. I got home a couple of hours ago, dealt with all these sort of like urgent emails. Some really exciting things came in actually. So really, yeah, delighted about that. Dealt with as much as I could, and then I'll probably do the rest this evening after I cook. My mum is coming for dinner, which is really gorgeous. My dad and Mark are away at the moment on a business trip in Germany, so we thought we'd have a gorgeous girly evening, and I actually don't have that much time as per usual, and so I'm gonna do a really quick, almost like ready steady cook, 15 minutes. We are both on a health kick as well, so something that's super healthy, super nutritious, and something that is super quick. So let's talk through some ingredients. I know it's not super exciting and you would much rather see the Parmigiano. However, my Borscht thighs are not having a Parmigiano for a little while. Only on special occasions, but I promise you I will share the recipe, and as soon as I make it again, I will be making it with you guys. But this evening we're gonna have a delicious salmon, healthy, scrumptious meal, and I will cook it with you. First things first, let's quickly talk through the ingredients. It's something that I cook quite a lot and something that goes really, really well together. So first of all, I popped it down to the fishmongers, and I have two beautiful, actually rather large, Scottish salmon fillets. So they are absolutely beautiful. The quality is truly creme de la creme. And then I have some tender stem broccoli, I have some asparagus and fennel that I quickly picked up at the farm shop, some cherry tomatoes, and some fresh chili. Now I'm going to go with quite an Italian theme this evening. I've also got some delicious pesto. I normally make my own, but I don't have time, so I've just got, I mean, everybody has pesto in their cupboards. If you don't, go and buy it, because it's such a great thing to have and goes with so many different things. So I'm going to get a few baking trays and come back. When preparing your vegetables, obviously we need to wash everything, so by all means go over and wash your veg. I'm just preparing my asparagus, and I've literally just chopped off the ends. Beautiful asparagus spears, and I'm just going to pop them on a baking tray. So that's that. The asparagus cooks very quickly, so I'm actually going to put that on a smaller one. And so they actually take a lot less time than the fennel and the tender stem. The fennel and the tender stem actually cook at really, really similar speed, so we're going to cook those together. And I'm literally just cutting the fennel quite roughly, quite chunky, because I really, really love it chunky. It's such a delicious flavour, fennel. I'm not massively wild about it actually raw. I do tend to sometimes use it as a crudité vegetable, but I find it a lot tastier when you bake it in the oven. Okay, so I will show you. That is how I prepare the fennel. So really, really rough, super chunky, and that is that. We're now going to prepare the tender stem, and actually I literally just take off the ends. And we are absolutely ravenous this evening. I know I had a big lunch, but I am very hungry. I think it has something to do with the exercise and that gorgeous stretching class. I've popped the broccoli and the fennel on the same baking tray because they really do cook at similar speeds. I'm now going to take some olive oil, and I'm super sparingly with this. Although olive oil is extremely healthy for you and so many different health benefits, it is also quite high in calories, which at the moment I am watching slightly. I don't want to talk too much about that because I do know it is rather triggering, but I do want to be super healthy at the moment, and I am on a little bit of a health kick. So I've put 2 capfuls, just getting rid of the rubbish, 2 capfuls of, and when I say capfuls, I literally mean a tiny little cap like this. 2 capfuls on the broccoli and the fennel, and then I'm going to season it. So I adore herby za'atar. It is such a delicious taste with so many different sort of flavors in a way. So to talk you through, it's got sesame seeds, it's got sumac, it's got cumin, salt, oregano, basil. Oh, it's just absolutely delicious, and it goes so well with the salmon. So I am going to sprinkle some za'atar onto those veggies, and it seasons it so beautifully. Talking of seasoning, we're going to add a pinch of salt, not too much salt. I bought some beautiful salt back from Mallorca, and it is really, really rather scrumptious. And a touch of cracked pepper, and that is as simple as that. So that is the majority of the vegetables already prepped. Again, I have my asparagus here. Now I adore the taste of asparagus, so I don't like to season it too much. Again, I put 1 capful of olive oil onto those asparagus spears, just to ensure they don't stick or burn. And then all you have to do is just give them a little bit of a shake, a rattle and roll in the oven. So when you hear them really sizzling, then I would give them a good old shake, and actually quite good to coat them in olive oil. and then I put a dash of salt. Really not too much at all. And those are prepped and ready to rock and roll. And then we have the salmon. Now this is the easiest salmon recipe and is actually a little bit of a secret of mine, so I'm gonna let you in on that. Depending upon the size of your salmon fillets, now these are quite large, but although this one is quite thin at the ends, this is an end of a salmon, I cook my salmon, now don't hate me, I cook my salmon on the bottom of the Aga, so very, very hot Aga. It's 200 degrees in the top oven, and I bake it on the bottom of it, so the skin gets really, really crispy and all the beautiful oils from the salmon skin travel throughout the meat of the fish. So it takes 12 minutes, and then in terms of seasoning, this is one of my favorite recipes. I've moved you slightly, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So I've just popped the salmon fillets onto a baking tray. I believe these are from John Lewis, so I will link them below. I'm then taking my pesto, so I've got a little teaspoon, and I'm just going to plop the pesto onto the top of the salmon fillet. Make sure you don't contaminate your spoon inside the little jar. And then I'm just going to delicately smear, sounds disgusting, you know, sort of mooch it around that salmon fillet. And then that is going to be perfect because we're now going to add those cherry tomatoes onto the top of the pesto, like so. And this is such a scrumptious, really, really nutritional and filling, healthy meal. And then I also add the juice because it makes it super, super succulent. And then I'm going to go behind you, bear with me a momento, and I'm going to get my basil. And I try to get the leaves from the bottom of the plant because I love to decorate the top of the salmon once it's cooked with those beautiful basil heads. So when you do pick your basil that you are going to just chop, essentially, go for the bottom leaves because those top leaves are so good for the presentation. Who am I? I'm waving my knife around, sorry. And now I'm going to take the fresh basil and I'm going to sprinkle it just on the top of the salmon. Then I'm going to go in with a pinch of salt. Seasoning is absolutely everything in our household. A touch of black pepper and really the tiniest of drizzles of olive oil because salmon already has so many beautiful oils, fatty oils in it, so it cooks almost by itself. There we go. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is our salmon that is ready to go in the oven. As I said, 200 degrees, depending upon the fillets. If they're really, really skinny, then I would even do it 10 minutes and then just let them rest. As these are rather chunky salmon fillets, I'm going to put them in at 200 on the bottom bit of the Aga. So top right hand side if you have an Aga, so your hottest one, and actually put it on the base. So the hottest part is really, really baking that delicious salmon skin, and trust me, the flavors are so scrumptious. But as that only takes 12 minutes, I'm going to pop in our fennel and broccoli first because that is going to take a touch longer. That needs around about 10 minutes, and then I will pop in the salmon along with the asparagus at the same time because in 12 minutes these asparagus spears are going to be crispy and scrumptious. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bake all of this, and I will come back and show you how I present it and what it looks like on the plate. you can see, I've just taken all of these gorgeous scrumptious things out of the Aga, and I've also taken out the plates. They were in the warming oven, so they are very, very toasty warm. And I'm now going to plate it so that you guys can see the final dish. I always manage to forget to show you the really last bits of the plate because either my camera runs out of battery or I'm so hungry I eat it all and forget to film it. So I'm going to quickly plate this up and show you how I do it. So essentially the salmon is going to be on a bed of the tender stem, the fennel and the asparagus spears. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place it beautifully onto the plate. I'm going to take my slice and just use that to place the asparagus onto the plate. There we go. And it'll be slightly crunchy. Absolutely delicious. So evenly distributing those, not just fling it across the plate like that. There we go. Scrum. And then I'm going to take a few of the fennel pieces, and I'm actually just going to jot these around the outside. You'll be able to see in a moment what I mean, so that the salmon just balances slightly on the top. Those there, and they are really delicious and crispy. They're cooked all the way through, and then because they've been in the top oven, they've crisped up to perfection. There we go. I'm going to add those lovely little bits there. Add the tender stem broccoli. I love how the heads of the broccoli go really, really crispy. It's such a gorgeous texture because the salmon itself is so soft and succulent. It just flakes away. It's really nice to have something crispy to go along with it. There we go. So I think that's enough vegetables at the moment. I'm just going to show you what this looks like so far. So we have the asparagus spears at the bottom, we then have the crispy fennel, and then the tender stem on the top, and we're literally going to balance the salmon onto the top. Again, using my slice because I don't fancy washing anything else up, I'm going to really delicately put the salmon on the top. Gosh, that looks incredible. Okay. And it's really up to you whether you want to keep the skin on or off. I like to actually keep my skin on. I like a little bit of the crispy bit at the bottom. And I'm going to place that one on the top of there. And then I'm just going to neaten that up slightly. I'm a real fusspot and rather a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to plating food. It has to look beautiful. It can't have any greasy fingerprints around the edge. Bear with me just a moment. I'm going to get a little bit of kitchen roll. Take any of those little grubby marks off the edge where I was throwing the asparagus spears onto the plate, and there we go. Goodness me, that looks absolutely delicious. And this is my favorite salmon dish. It's baked to perfection with delicious, crispy, seasoned to perfection vegetables. So this is what it looks like, the finished dish. So as you can see, the asparagus spears are at the bottom, followed by the tender stem and the fennel, with the beautiful salmon fillet placed on the top, with the pesto, the cherry tomatoes, and lots of basil. As you can see, I've garnished it with the fresh basil on the top, and it is so delicious, super filling, and super nutritional. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Hello everybody, welcome to the dressing room. It is Saturday evening at about 7:22. Marcus came home this afternoon, which was just lovely, and little did I know he actually booked a date night for tonight, which I've been nagging at him for months to be like, just plan something, tell me when you're picking me up. And yeah, he did. So we're only going down to Marlow, we're off to the Ivy, so I'm not going to get super dolled up, but I am going to make an effort. So I thought it would be really lovely to come on and chat to you guys, finish off my makeup, and then we can get ready together. I will show you what jewellery I'm wearing, the bag. I'm going with quite a classic yet slightly trendy vibe this evening. I know, Leonora being trendy, well, bear with me, it's probably not quite the trendy that you're thinking, but it's trendy for me anywho. So in terms of makeup, I am pretty much finished. I am just going to, this is my foundation brush, and I am just going to go over. I have some blemishes here. When one goes, another one arrives. Do not like this. I do not like this. I am sort of detoxing at the moment, not drinking, lots of green juices, so much water, so I think the toxins are coming out, and unfortunately they've chosen to come out on my face. Not ideal, but thank goodness for foundation and banana lowlighter, because hopefully you can't see them too much. I'm pretty much finished with my makeup, but I just want to put a tiny bit more bronzer on my forehead, look as though I've been sun-kissed, of which I absolutely have not, much to my disgust. I keep seeing all of these gorgeous pictures of everybody on half term in the Maldives and Mauritius, and I'm very jealous. Okay, to finish off, I'm going to pop on some of my favourite lip gloss. Now this is Charlotte Tilbury's Lip Collagen, or Lip Bath Collagen lip gloss, and I have it in Refresh Rose, and I have lined my lips, and this is Lip Cheat in Super Size Me. It is slightly darker than my natural lip colour, and I love it. It creates really quite a full lip look. I'm going to hook on a tiny bit of this, and I just think it's so natural. It's also really nourishing, which is lovely, and it's not too sticky. So I think that is pretty much it. I'm going to pop on a tiny bit of setting powder, which I wouldn't normally do, but because of these little pesky beasts on my face, this is where I'm at the moment. I don't have any airbrush flawless finish at the moment, so I'm using the tiny little tester, which is actually perfect for my handbag. So I'm going to pop on a tiny bit in the crease of my chin, on a tiny bit over those blemishes, and I use just a wincy brush. This is actually a eyeshadow blender, but it's perfect for getting in all of those nooks and crannies. I'm going to go in around my nose, and then also just a touch down the side to blur any of those pores, and a touch underneath my eyes, and that will brighten them and also set that gorgeous banana lowlighter. You can also take it on the insides, and it really does help with any darkness, and it just lifts your makeup. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't want to go too dolled up. I want to look glowy and natural and look as though I've made an effort, but not too much. Jewellery wise, I've actually popped on already my rings and my watch. I'm going to wear my gorgeous Van Cleef earrings. I love these. I keep thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner. I am trying to be healthy, as I've said 100 times in this vlog, and it is sometimes quite difficult when you're off out for dinner, and especially when you're socialising, to stay good, as they say. So I've been dreaming about a delicious fillet steak. So I think I'm just going to have a steak and some, I don't know, steamed vegetables. Oh, yesterday's miso aubergine. Oh, I've literally been dreaming about it all day. It's so scrummy. So if they have a miso aubergine, I think I'm going to have a fillet steak, miso aubergine, and some steamed vegetables. I'm definitely one of those girls that looks at the menu before she goes to a restaurant, knowing full well what she's going to have, and then I get the menu and I'm like, I'm going to browse, knowing full well what I'm having. So as you can see, the dangly earrings are in. These are the pearl and diamond Van Cleef & Arpels earrings. I love them, absolutely adore them. I know I'm normally always wearing Tivon fine jewellery. Tonight I thought I would change things up a bit. So I've got about 10 minutes, so I think I'm going to whip the hair out of the curls, and then I will show you what I'm going to wear, and then I'm going to put it on. Fingers crossed it looks good. because I'm leaving in 11 minutes. Let's pop these out. I promise you I am going to film a updated Leonora big bouncy blow dry tutorial. It is so easy, and look at these ringlets and look at the volume. Look at the volume on that. Honestly, Mark must be listening to me being like, what on earth is she talking about? Oh, but I promise you, I will film that. I do also believe it's all about the products. I'm trying out this blonde shampoo at the moment, and I've actually not got the conditioner. I've only got the shampoo and the mask. So I've been masking pretty much every other day, or if not every third day, and I literally can feel my hair getting stronger, and the shine is gorgeous. I hope my hair doesn't get sort of, you know, when it gets used to it and then it goes dull. But at the moment I've been really rather impressed. So I'm going to try it for another couple of weeks, and then I will let you know my full thoughts on the new shampoo and conditioner. Found the comb. Just going to give that a little bit of a brush out just in the roots so that you don't see any of those sections from the actual rolls. Now I'm going to take out the top sections. I take the comb and I do 2 back combs, and it just creates height and volume, and they sit up a little bit more, which I love. 1, 2. Okay, and the front one. Please, please be careful back combing your hair. From experience, trust me, you can damage your hair so much, and it's just not worth it. So that is 2 little, and look at the volume. I'm actually going to brush that out slightly. I will let it drop, but that is that. And voila, look at that blow dry. Big, bouncy, glamorous curls. Right, I'm going to quickly show you what I'm planning on wearing. Pop it on, fingers crossed it looks good. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to the Ivy in Marlow. I will take you with me on our gorgeous date night. This is the vibe I'm going for tonight. So as you can see, classic leather Manolos. They're so comfortable yet so glam. These are a new favourite of mine. They're a high-waisted, wide leg, houndstooth. Almost, as you can see, they're like almost tweedy from me and M. I am obsessed with them. You can sort of dress them up, dress them down. And I'm going to style with quite a sexy silk cami, and I'm going to tuck that in. As it's so chilly tonight, I'm going to wear a beautiful cashmere cardigan. As you can see, it's got lace and these beautiful little diamantes. Actually, this is something I've had for years and years. I bought it in America. It's called Blue Marine. I will look it up and see whether they have some similar cardigans, but I bought this in the States really probably about 10 or 15 years ago. So that is gorgeous, and I might just have that draped over my shoulders. At the top, I'm going to wear my trusty old Joseph cape. I adore it. It's got this gorgeous leather trim, and then in terms of bag, I'm going to keep it classic with my baby Louis Vuitton. I'm going to pop this on and come back and show you what it looks like. So this is the final look. As you can see, I've got the silk cami on underneath, which I think is super pretty. It's got this really gorgeous little lace detailing tucked into those fab trousers. I love the side detail. The paneling in black is just so flattering. Of course, a classic pair of Manolos. You can never go wrong. And then the cape over the top. I know I always say it, but invest wisely. I can dress this up, dress it down. I wear it with almost everything. And then I have to be honest, I ditched on the cardigan. It just wasn't working with the cape. So I'm going to go with my Moschino scarf, pure silk. It's perfection, and it goes with so many things. It's got beautiful like whites, beiges, blacks, and I think it just ties in and brings this whole outfit together. Last little thing that we need is perfume. So here is my little perfume collection. What am I going to go with? I think I'm going to go with Rose Cherise. It's one of my absolute favourites. It's Guerlain, and it's such a fresh and pretty fragrance. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love their packaging. The bottles, you can also have it 100% bespoke. So you can choose the lid, you can also have it stamped. Pick the different piping and the rope that goes around it. I'm waving this around and it smells
That's heavenly. Right. The scarf is on, the perfume's on, got the bag, and I am ready to go. Let's go down to Marlow to the Ivy and have the most gorgeous date night with Marcus. My drink has just arrived. I finally got this one on camera, much to his disgust, and I went with a blood orange martini, and it is out of this world. Not on the diet, but truly delicious. In the car and we're on the way home. We're going to have an early night because this one had about a 4 a.m. start this morning. He was on a very, very early plane from Zurich and had to drive miles yesterday because there was a German airstrike. So had to cross the border into Switzerland and get a flight out of Zurich so that he can take me on date night. I'm feeling very grieved.